right, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Nerds Drink Whiskey. This week we are reviewing Old Forester Bottled in Bond, and you can look up any of our past couple episodes to know what, or look it up on Wikipedia. There's a link in the show notes or across the screen to let you know what Bottled in Bond is. But it's, in short, it's a federal certification for whiskey. Some say it was originally a label of quality, but that's debatable now. Some people say yes, it is. Some people say no. But we're going to try it out. So far, it seems to have. I like the finish of the what's it called? The rye that we did. I like that. The finish is better on that. The taste on this is very sweet. The mouthfeel it's okay. But I don't know. What's your thoughts, Gabe?
Well, I agree with you. The taste on there is real sweet, real sweet. At least when it comes to something like this, I think this is just a straight bourbon, I believe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, it's really sweet for what it is. One thing I will say is that although it's not got a real long-lasting burn, it's got kind of a kick-you-in-the-throat burn on the way down. It's not overbearing, it's not ungodly, but you can definitely tell by that burn that it's 100 proof. So, it's not as smooth as, say, that rye. That rye was actually quite smooth, surprisingly. Yeah. But this is not bad for what it is. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time tasting anything. It's kind of a kick you in the mouth kind of.
It finishes like 120 proof.
Yeah, I've got a cask strength at home that is very similar. And like the flavor, while there might be some nice notes to it, you don't really notice them. Because all you're doing is surviving the experience. Yeah. So if that's your thing, it's great. But I like to, it's like when you have hot sauce that's too hot, and all you get is the burn. That's what I'm getting here.
No. It's our slogan is usually always sip, never slam. With this, it's always take small, slow sips and do not slam.
Yeah, and I will
slam and die.
I do like the that it's the 1897 edition, since that's the year the Bottled in Bond legislation passed.
Oh, I totally missed that factoid. See, that's why when you're gone, those are the things that we miss, is none of us notice that really, really nerdy stuff. So, Ed?
I like this, but like you guys said, it burns. In fact, for my last sip, I can still feel a burn right here. But on that initial sip, it's all up in my sinus passages, and I like that. But it could use more. It's killing kind of the flavor, like you guys were saying.
Yeah, and like it for at least a 4-year age, it still has that really, like the other ones, I didn't really notice that kind of young quality. Like, so we do a lot of like local whiskeys on the show, and a lot of the distilleries haven't been around for very long. So you can tell, hey, this is a great bottle of whiskey. It would be even better if it sat in a barrel for longer than the year or the year and a half or two that it's had. So these 4 years are kind of like the minimum that I would say for once you start getting into that age stuff. And this one feels more like a 2-year-old.
Yeah, it's our good friends at Sandstone, and I would love it if Sandstone sold their whiskeys in like really small barrels, so that way you could leave it in the, you could buy it and then leave it in the barrel for another 6 months, and with that more surface exposure that you would get with a smaller barrel, in 6 months you may have a much better whiskey, but it needs more barrel time, and this more desperately needs barrel time than the Sandstone that we tried 2 months ago.
That port cask that we had? That not the port cask, the stout cask?
Yes. Yeah. That was better. That was better. I like the finish on that better than I like the finish on this. So, which goes to prove that age is not the only thing that determines how good a whiskey is. You could still have that independent, those independent small distilleries like Sandstone that don't have the warehouse space to store stuff as much as, say, Old Forester, and they still can beat a brand like Old Forester simply because they have a better mash bill, or maybe the wood that they do age it in is better, or whatever the case may be. Those little guys with less resources can still beat the big guys like Old Forester.
Yeah, and it kind of makes you wonder just how much better could this really get if it's already been aged 4 years and it's not really where it should be.
That's very true.
How much better is it going to
The
get?
Sandstone stuff, I gotta say, it was so very clear when we tried that all that needed was aged.
Oh, yeah.
All that needed was more cast time. It was such a great mash bill, such a great everything about it.
Age will help a mediocre whiskey become a good or great whiskey. And then there's times when you have a great whiskey that age would make it just excellent. And so, yeah, we've had a lot of whiskeys that are like, this is an excellent whiskey, and you would be selling this for multiple hundreds of dollars in 10 or 15 years. And then there's times when it's, it's mediocre even with 4 years.
And it's actually kind of funny. I just find it interesting because you brought up that age isn't everything. It's funny because we had the little poll on our Facebook page for nerdsdrinkwhiskey.com, and you asked the public a question.
While you're talking, I'm going to look up the current results.
Yeah, go right ahead. He's looking up the results. Basically, we were sitting there on our Facebook page asking what you look for most in a whiskey. And so far, the last count that I saw, most of the votes were for age. Now, if you think about it, this discussion, and in this case, the Old Forester, is kind of proof, showing at least so far, that age isn't everything when it comes down to sitting in the barrel like that.
Exactly. The correct answer would have been the top 3.
Yes. A combination of more than one, yes.
The current results are mash bill has 2 votes, everything else has 1, but age has 9 votes. So,
Same.
yeah, age is the most important, but it's not everything. I also need to mention our favorite heckler, Bekka, says, "I'm so sorry to be missing this today. Know that your favorite heckler is participating from afar. Have fun, gentlemen. Nerd on." So thank you, Becky. Your presence was missed. Or Bekka, your presence was missed, and we do hope to have you next time. I think Bekka somehow sensed that we didn't have her t-shirt here in time,
Exactly.
and that's probably why she did it. So we failed you too, Bekka, but we promise we will have your t-shirt here
for you.
next time on December 8th. We hope to see you, and I blank on his name, the guy that she's always with. No, not Leroy and Tamara.
Bekka plus one?
But Bekka and the heckler that's always with her. We're so sorry. We've thoroughly failed you because we can't remember your name. But Leroy and Tamara were not here as well. So we definitely had some regulars that were missing because they are probably busy with other events tonight. But we do have... Okay, come on, somebody has to remember this guy's name. Dale? What? Dale, there, we have Dale. Dale is our one person that's hung out with us this entire time, so we thoroughly thank Dale for hanging out with us. And yeah, I think Old Forester, it's not as bad as some of the bottom shelf stuff that we tried before.
Well, far above.
Didn't we have
far
an
above
Old
that.
Didn't we try an Old Forester on the show before?
We have. It was not the bottled and bond. It wasn't. It was a different Old Forester. I'll put in the show notes I'll put in down on the bottom of the screen which episode that was and which one it was. But yeah. So Old Forester, I'd say out of all of the bottled and bond, it's the worst.
It's my least favorite out of the 3 so far.
It's our least favorite of the bottled and bond.
Yeah.
Please come down to Doggers, have a couple shots, and let us know in the comments. And please, we don't need to ask them to do this because they'll do it anyways. But please feel free to fact check us if we made any mistakes. We know people love fact checking us.
That's what the internet's for, right?
That's what the
Fact checking.
internet's for. Yeah.
Arguing
The
with
internet
strangers.
never
And looking at cats.
lies.
And I gotta say, I'm noticing the people who follow us on YouTube are way more brutal than the people on our Facebook page. So, yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yes, they are.
We are
YouTube,
so
you're
okay with
anonymous.
that.
On YouTube, you're anonymous. On Facebook, you actually are attached to person in a profile. So like, you know, people can see what you comment and like, oh, that's a person.
And let's be
YouTube,
clear, we welcome you guys fact checking us. That is totally okay, and it is 100% okay for you to disagree with us. So we welcome all the commenters. So as long as you're respectful about it, we're okay with it. So December 8th, Nerds Drink Whiskey returns to Doggers for our Christmas party. As I mentioned, we will have t-shirts available along with our shot glasses and lowball glasses, all free. We don't sell our merch, we give it away. All you have to do is come to our event, and yeah, and I think the only thing left the only episode we have left is we have an Elijah Craig small batch coming up, and then it's then the week after that is our Christmas party.
Yep.
That's right.
So I don't know. We could wear Santa hats, but is there a way we could get a hat of my number one favorite Christmas icon?
Yoda? The Grinch? Who's your
Somebody
favorite
better than the
icon?
Grinch?
John McLean.
Krampus.
Oh, Krampus.
Yes,
I called it. I win.
We need to somehow get Krampus
Amazon.
hats. I don't know.
Look at Amazon. That's the only.
There's got to be
Etsy.
I was
Etsy.
going to say there's got to be a
Yes.
Krampus mask or something
So,
for you, buddy.
Show us your best Krampus costumes, hats, whatever, face masks, because we might have to pull those out for our Christmas party on December 8th. But we have one more episode in this series. That's the Elijah Craig. And so see you next week with Elijah Craig.
Please like, comment, and subscribe for more, guys.
Prost.